The commune, they called it. We almost had a socialist government in France, now didn't we?
What's your point?
Today, Chicago is the third largest German city in the world. If you don't handle this just right, you will have to answer to the man who sank me. No. And I promise you that's one war you'll definitely lose.
So what do our friends have in mind?
Industry's expanding. Sacrifices must be made. Your workers will just have to accept less.
But we're outnumbered.
Yes, but the current strike won't last forever. If we wait and let the federal troops provide the muscle, the rabble will be back to work soon enough. Just let things cool off, then go after the troublemakers.
Starting with Parsons.
Whatever you like.
Hey, Parsons, far enough. We got some directions for you.
I can find my own. Oh, you are in the wrong place, buddy.
I say the wrong city.
I believe he still doesn't understand. Maybe a little further explanation would help?
Sure, let me explain.
You know, my partner here would very much enjoy putting a large hole in your head. Is that what they want?
You really don't get it. Okay, we'll make it very simple. You're blacklisted. You don't work in Chicago anymore. We see you again and you are dead meat.
You can't get away with murder.
Wrong! We get away with any damn thing we please.
Enlightening. But that's ancient history. Very different times.
They called in the feds to stop us. Did you know that? Indian fighters from the war with Geronimo shot unarmed people, women, children.
That's not my concern.
Then you have no heart.
I have a job, and you're no help.
Not my job, is it?
All right. Let's say mistakes were made, but you people did bring some of it on yourselves. Didn't you urge people to make explosives?
I told them to defend themselves.
With bombs, like the ones they used at Haymarket.
We had nothing to do with that.
You suggested that blowing up your enemies was a fine idea, didn't you?
Wasn't that simple?
But it happened, didn't it?
All right. We were at the Arbeiter Zeitung, biggest German newspaper in the country. Albert was there, August Spies, Michael Schwab.
It does we have for working, it does we have for play.
This is good. Look,
yeah?
Look, they mentioned the 8-hour campaign in the Tribune again.
It's fine, Michael, but I'm worried about May 1st.
Exactly. Every time I try to hold a meeting, the Bulls beat our heads in. I wouldn't exactly call that progress.
Albert, it means they're desperate. You know, Marx says that when the state
We
is
know,
going to
Michael,
train
but Marx is dead, and the manifesto isn't going to protect us.
Forget the manifesto. We should focus on the Constitution, the right to assemble.
Oh, you believe McCormick and Fields give a damn about the Constitution? Thomas Jefferson is also dead. And the capitalists have more money than God.
So where does that leave us? Open rebellion?
I think your schöne Frau is working up a little manifesto as we speak.
Okay.
An ode to armed self-defense.
Better call it suicide. They'll send in the army.
So, Albert, does the Constitution protect us from state-sponsored slaughter?
I certainly hope so.
Yeah, but if the law is useless, force may be all that's left.
No, but we're not there yet, right? I mean, we have elections.
Yeah, and ballot counters who stuff the boxes.
And the court?
Yeah, with judges who think socialism is a crime.
You're saying it's hopeless?
I do prefer reality to false hope.
There is hope. The hard times are pushing people our way. Wage cuts are worse than ever.
Oh, very promising.
But the 8-hour campaign, people are starting to take it seriously now.
Yes, but we also need to talk about revolutionary solutions. Cooperative ownership, socializing the whole system.
Fine. But if there's a nationwide strike for the 8-hour day, we support it, no?
Maybe. It's a tactical decision.
Comrades, listen, I finally finished my final draft. Every editor in Chicago, as you know, thinks the homeless should be poisoned and the strikers deserve to be dynamited. Well, here's my response to that.
Well, we could get dynamite if it comes to that. Only costs 4 cents a pound.
Perfectly legal and available at any hardware store.
Right. And a pound of dynamite is worth a bushel of ballots.
Good line. I think we can use that.
I am not comfortable.
Are you ever, Michael?
Gentlemen, listen. I'm calling this a letter to the tramps. And the message is, Instead of drowning yourselves out of despair, learn the use of explosives and take several of your rich enemies with you.
That calls for a kiss. You know, you are clearly a very dangerous woman.
Well, a good match for a dangerous man, don't you think?
Learn the use of explosives. That's what you wrote, and that's exactly why you're here.
We were young, angry, yes, naive. But that doesn't mean... God, Albert didn't know anything about dynamite. It was an attitude.
Armed sections of immigrant groups conducting military exercises in the parks. An attitude?
That was the autonomous. Angle and Fisher, we were never with them. They thought 8 hours was reformist garbage.
And Ling? Louis Ling?
He'd only been in the city for a year. A fanatic, but a good-looking one.
Surrounded by people who were preparing for an armed revolution, and you actively encouraged it. I might be more sympathetic if you took some responsibility.
I take responsibility. I take responsibility for telling people to fight for their rights, including the right to bear arms.
And make bombs?
Yes, if that's all they've got.
Monumental irresponsibility.
Are you talking about the bosses?
You think people have a right to destroy property and kill just because they have a grievance? You're here because you people threaten the safety and security of this nation.
That's what they do. And what about you?
What do you mean?
Do you know why you're here?
It's an assignment.
In Haymarket. What do you know about that?
I know... Well, a bomb was thrown at the police. I know that. At a rally organized by your husband and his friends. There was a riot and 7 police officers died.
You got some of the facts, but not the truth. May 1st, 1886, May Day we call it now, we brought the 8-hour campaign to a boil. Hundreds of thousands out on strike across the country, 50,000 in Chicago, marching down Michigan Avenue. Albert and me right out in front, marksmen on the rooftops just waiting for the word. But it turned out to be peaceful. 2 days after, near McCormick's Reaper Works, the lumber shovers were out on strike, and they asked August Spies to speak. And while he was speaking, the whistle blew at McCormick's and the scabs came out, and the strikers moved in, and everyone was yelling and hurling insults and rocks, and the police came out shooting. It was a massacre. Unarmed men, women, some children, wounded, dead, several dead. August was a witness. He ran furious back to the office and put out a flyer calling for a protest. Something like, "If you're men, you'll rise and destroy the monster that wants to destroy you. To arms, we call you, to arms." And the headline read, "Revenge."
What did he mean?
August didn't write it. The print board did. But as soon as the autonomists saw it, they were ready to fight. Angle, Fisher, all the radical Germans met at their favorite saloon.
Good meeting.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, cheer up, Seliger. You look nervous.
This could be very bad here, Angle.
Yeah, McCormick's was slaughtered. Our men had nothing but rocks and the bullets they fired on them.
So we rally. And if things get worse...
We fight, like this newspaper says. To arms. I don't usually agree with August Peace, but this time he hits the mark.
Christ. Has anyone seen Louis?
Ling? He's renting from you, no?
Yeah, and this could take him over the edge.
A young boy waiting for battle.
Mr. Big, anarchist Angle. Easy for you to say. You don't live with him. He's, I don't know, trouble.
Don't exaggerate.
Listen. Last night, I go to the barn, and he's out there with his boys. They have iron molds, coils. They're producing bombs.
Bombs?
Pipe bombs. So I say, I can't have this. The wife is nervous. He just starts talking about Bakunin and how the revolutionary is a doomed man. No sentiments. Then I ask him, what are they for?
And what are they for?
You ask too many questions, Engel.
Louis, good to see you.
You talk about me, huh?
No. Yeah, I was just telling George.
So have you heard?
Yeah, here across town you all talk so loud. Saliga, you converse me.
Well, good night, Saliga.
I say to you, keep quiet. And what do? You betray me, huh?
No, Louis, I wouldn't. We were just talking...
Shut up. Listen, it already begins.
What do you mean?
Oh, don't pee your pants. I just test one.
My God. Where?
Oh, no matter. But afterwards, I stand right across from a station house, holding this other one. And I think, why not now? Why not tonight?
You've brought it here? Are you insane?
You worry too much. So what does this women decide?
Tomorrow, we hold a mass rally. And if the bulls attack, we strike back. But not until then.
No one tells Louis Ling when or where to strike. Idiots!
Louis, wait. You can't do this.
Watch me. They want us dead, no? And I want them dead. How do they say it? Fair is fair.
But not now.
Why not now? This is for my father. I tell you about him, Just a stupid worker. A lumberman. So one day, the dealer, he sees a log going down under the ice. So he says, get that log. No one goes, of course. Except my stupid father. But the ice is weak, He goes under.
He died?
Oh, not right away. But his health is bad after that, And the boss, he sees. And he says, I have to cut your wages. After 12 years. And then he lets the old man go. Business is down, he says. 3 years and my father is dead. And the dealer, he is getting richer. I am 13, and I say I hate that man and all the ones like him. And I promise someday. So why not this day, Tonight? Tomorrow? What difference? You light. I throw.
I can't.
So it's all talk, is it? Yes, that's what I think.
You say that? I let you into my house? I let you make these things in the barn? You know how I feel. But this isn't about personal feelings. This is about...
What? Revolution, yes? That means power, force, the blood of heroes. Are you a hero? Then come with me. No? Okay. We wait. We follow orders. But soon, you will give me the match.
You're telling me that Louis Ling made the Haymarket bomb?
He was making them, but no, not the one that was used that night. And we didn't even know him then.
But August Spies, he knew what was happening, didn't he? He called the rally.
He didn't put the signal in the paper. His so-called allies were preparing to take the city by force, and they hadn't bothered to tell him. That really burned August. So he spread the word that it was a mistake, a typographical error. Too late.
All right, Bonfield, I've read the damn flyer. So what?
Mr. Mayor, stop the rally. You let them radicals meet tonight, and God knows what will happen.
Leave God out of this, Bonfield. What do you know?
They'll be armed, and we've heard there's a plot to take over some factories.
Oh, wonderful. Well, I'm not scrapping the Constitution because of some barroom gossip.
Sir, you can't just do nothing.
I know my job, Bonfield, but that does not include telling people that they can't meet in public because the police are nervous.
Sir, respectfully, you're making a mistake.
All right, then. Have enough men mustered to handle things, but if it looks like McCormick's, disperse the crowd. But only then on my order. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now let's feed the animals. Gentlemen of the press, here I am. Gentlemen, wanted
Clubber. That's what we called Bonfield. And Blackjack. During the streetcar strike, he clubbed everyone in sight, even the store owners. Mayor Harrison tried to move him out, but Marshallfield said no way. He was proud of Chicago's reputation as one of the most brutal police forces in the country.
Stay on the point.
Which is whether I can justify armed struggle.
We call it criminal conspiracy.
The Red Menace. I've heard about it.
Are you denying that there are Russian agents that have infiltrated the highest levels in several unions?
Tell me, is the Attorney General colorblind? Is red the only color he can see? All right, we're communists, some of us, or socialists, or anarchists. Their color's black, by the way. But we're not plotting to overthrow the government.